In the annals of energy infrastructure, few projects have carried the weight of national significance quite like the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion. After years of debate, legal challenges and political maneuvering, the project finally reached its completion in April 2025. The pipeline's expansion, which effectively tripled its capacity, was designed to address a critical bottleneck in Canada's energy infrastructure. It provided a much-needed conduit for landlocked Alberta's oil sands production to reach global markets, particularly those in the energy-hungry Asia-Pacific region. With this enhanced capacity, Canada could finally capitalize on the immense potential of its oil sands reserves, estimated to be the third largest in the world. It offered a more direct and cost-effective route for transporting Canadian crude oil to the Pacific coast, reducing reliance on lengthy and often congested rail lines. This enhanced efficiency translated into greater competitiveness for Canadian energy products in the global marketplace. However, the path to this achievement was not without its share of challenges, particularly in the realm of geopolitics. The Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion project became deeply entangled in the complex web of geopolitical tensions between Canada and the United States. While the pipeline promised to strengthen Canada's energy security, it also exposed vulnerabilities in the bilateral relationship. The United States, traditionally Canada's primary energy market, viewed the pipeline with skepticism. The expansion coincided with a period of growing energy independence in the United States, driven by a shale oil boom. This shift reduced America's reliance on Canadian energy imports and created economic anxieties. Adding to the complexities, the U.S. government adopted a more protectionist stance on trade. Tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum impacted the pipeline's construction costs. These actions prompted Canada to explore alternative markets for its energy exports. Canada's pivot towards Asian markets, particularly China, became a defining feature of its energy strategy. The Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion played a crucial role in facilitating this shift. It opened up new opportunities for Canadian energy producers to tap into the burgeoning energy demand of Asian economies. Canada's emergence as a significant energy exporter positioned it as a potential counterweight to other major energy players. This shift in the global energy landscape had the potential to reshape alliances and influence geopolitical dynamics for years to come. As Canada sought to diversify its energy export markets, China emerged as a willing and eager partner. With its rapidly growing economy and insatiable thirst for energy, China recognized the strategic importance of securing stable sources of oil and gas. Canada, with its vast reserves, presented an attractive opportunity. Chinese companies invested in the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion project, securing long-term contracts for Canadian oil sands crude. This commitment underscored China's long-term energy strategy. The pipeline symbolized strengthening economic ties between the two nations. The United States viewed China's influence in Canadian energy with unease. The U.S. government expressed concerns about China's economic leverage over Canada. The U.S. saw China's investments as a move to undermine American influence. The U.S. response included boosting domestic energy production, promoting energy exports, and strengthening alliances. The U.S. also engaged in diplomatic efforts to discourage Canada from relying on China. Despite U.S. concerns, Canada remained committed to its energy partnership with China. Canada argued that diversifying its energy export markets was essential for its economic well-being. It emphasized that Canada would continue to engage with the U.S. on energy issues. This strategic balancing act highlighted the complexities of modern energy geopolitics. Canada's approach demonstrated the importance of maintaining diverse and resilient energy partnerships. A new dawn Canada's renewable energy revolution. While the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion solidified Canada's position as a global energy powerhouse, it also coincided with a profound shift in the country's energy priorities. Recognizing the urgency of climate change and the need for a sustainable energy future, Canada embarked on an ambitious journey to diversify its energy mix and embrace renewable energy sources. Canada's vast geography and abundant natural resources provided a fertile ground for renewable energy development. From the windswept coasts of the Atlantic to the sun-drenched prairies, the country possessed immense potential for wind, solar, hydro, and geothermal power generation. The Canadian government implemented a series of policies and incentives to encourage investment in renewable energy projects. These included feed-in tariffs, tax credits, and renewable portfolio standards, which mandated that a certain percentage of electricity generation come from renewable sources. This comprehensive approach led to a surge in renewable energy development across Canada. Powering up with purpose. Indigenous partnerships in renewables. Central to Canada's renewable energy revolution was a commitment to reconciliation and inclusion. Recognizing the historical injustices faced by Indigenous communities, the government prioritized their involvement in the energy transition, fostering partnerships that empowered Indigenous peoples and created economic opportunities. Indigenous communities across Canada possessed valuable traditional knowledge of the land and its resources. They also had a deep understanding of sustainable practices that had been passed down through generations. Recognizing this expertise, the government worked closely with Indigenous leaders to develop energy projects that respected Indigenous rights, values, and aspirations. Indigenous communities were actively involved in all aspects of renewable energy development, from project planning and development to ownership and operation. These partnerships yielded numerous benefits, creating jobs and economic opportunities in Indigenous communities, fostering self-sufficiency, and reducing reliance on government assistance. The Canadian Blueprint, a model for sustainable energy leadership. Canada's energy transformation, characterized by its balanced approach to resource development, commitment to renewable energy, and inclusive partnerships with Indigenous communities, garnered international attention and admiration. The country emerged as a global leader in sustainable energy policy, demonstrating that economic growth and environmental stewardship could go hand in hand. Canada's energy model, often referred to as the Canadian Blueprint, offered valuable lessons for other nations seeking to navigate the complexities of the global energy transition. It highlighted the importance of responsible resource development, balancing economic needs with environmental responsibility, ensuring that natural resources are developed sustainably. Renewable energy investment, embracing a diversified energy mix that includes a growing share of renewable energy sources. Indigenous partnerships, recognizing and respecting Indigenous rights, incorporating traditional knowledge, and creating economic opportunities for Indigenous communities. Canada's commitment to international collaboration further solidified its global leadership in sustainable energy. Canada, on the global stage, championing a clean energy future. As the world grappled with the urgent need to address climate change, Canada's energy transformation served as a beacon of hope and inspiration. The country's commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions, promoting clean technologies, and fostering international cooperation positioned it as a powerful voice in the global fight for a sustainable future. Canada played an active role in international climate negotiations, consistently advocating for ambitious emission reduction targets and a just transition to a low-carbon economy. The country's own ambitious climate goals, coupled with its concrete actions to achieve them, added credibility to its international advocacy efforts. Beyond its diplomatic efforts, Canada emerged as a global leader in clean technology innovation. The country's universities, research institutions, and private sector companies were at the forefront of developing and deploying cutting-edge technologies in renewable energy, energy efficiency, and carbon capture and storage. Canada's energy journey was a testament to the power of vision, collaboration, and a commitment to a sustainable future.